Ladies and gentlemen, Bronte Wilson!
It's awesome to be here, and it's great that, one, I can't see anyone, blinding light, and two, you've been laughing at everyone, because it's terrifying being up here being judged. Which, to be fair, my day started with judgment, which actually, you know, I should feel better about it by now, but I don't. I'm still mad. I got up this morning at 2 p.m. Not even a joke. Gave a friend a ride into town, and partway through she turns to me, trying to be delicate, and she goes, "You're not a very good driver, are you?" And I'm thinking, what the fuck? Who says that to someone's face? Texted or bitch behind my back? I thought I was doing pretty well considering I was watching a movie on my phone and balancing a bowl of cereal. You tried doing all those things. But you've got to be really careful because it's really hard to get the milk smell out of the car afterwards when you spill it everywhere. When you stop gobsmacked and say, "Don't say that to my face." So I rarely have to spell it out. I have ADHD. Which I just realised spells itself out, so didn't even need to start like that. And like being ADHD, it comes with like a lot of, you know, ups and downs and lefts and rights, and in the like drawer in your the drawer in your fridge where you put veggies and never eat them, and like behind the bookshelf where everything falls, or that cupboard under the stairs, but not that cool cupboard where Harry Potter lives, but the cupboard where every time you get given gifts, you always shove them in there when you don't need them, like when you get your Lynx Africa set every year. You put them in there and you're closing it with your hip and saying, "One day I'll clean out that cupboard, but that day is not today." So I have ADHD. And the best thing about ADHD is the response. Whenever it comes up, 4 out of 5 times the response is, "I can't always focus actually. I think I'm a bit ADHD." Yeah, that's the same thing. That's how it works. That's exactly it. No, it's always a bit. It's always that little bit. It's never, "I too have been formally diagnosed with this ailment." No, it's, you know, I'm self-diagnosing myself with a bit. Like, I smoked a joint once. I'm a bit of a drug addict. I went to high school. I'm a bit of an academic. No, I'm afraid you're just a bit full of shit. But that's all cool. I mean, each their own. But the second best thing is once they've finished self-diagnosing themselves to bond with me, it's the advice. It's the advice that I never asked for, that is usually as helpful as a solar-powered calculator in a coal mine. And it's always, it's things like, have you tried meditating? Oh, it's always a bit patronizing. Have you tried meditating? Well, when you've got a billion thoughts ricocheting around in your head at all times, it's like saying, have you tried cleaning your bedroom in the middle of an earthquake? It's just not feasible. So then there's, have you tried listening to music while you study? I have, but it's a conundrum because it starts with, if I've got lyrics in the song, then I start making up my own lyrics, and then when I've got my own lyrics, it turns into a parody, and I start thinking, "Yeah, I should really roll with this. This parody I've got here is pretty good." So I'm thinking, I'll record it, I'll put it on YouTube, I upload it, and I watch as the views haven't started yet, and I'm thinking, it's been 5 minutes, I've got 3 followers, why haven't they shared it on Facebook and Twitter and Tinder? So you can share shit on there other dick pics by now. And I'm thinking to myself, how can I get this out to the world? Because it's freaking hilarious, not to say so myself, but I will, it's fantastic. And I need people to hear my wonderful parody of this terrible song that no one's ever heard of. So I'm thinking, what can I do? Oh, right, karaoke bar. So I find myself the nearest karaoke bar on the street. It's 3 a.m. on a Tuesday morning, and I'm standing there and I'm belting out with all my enthusiasm this amazing song that people need to hear with too much toilet humor and sex jokes that are terrible and don't make sense and they're overly crude. And there's this audience of people being all like, "What the fuck, bitch needs a taxi?" And I'm trying to get people enthused and drag people up to join me, and people are kind of, you know, complaining, getting me dragged out. So it starts with listening to music while I'm studying, and it ends with another trespassing order. But have you tried changing your diet? No, in 8 years I haven't once strayed from the exact same rigid diet. No, I'm ADHD, not OCD. But also I have actually found something dietary that really helps me sleep, and that's tequila. In large amounts. If it's too small an amount, then I'm back to karaoke. And then my favorite, well, have you tried going gluten-free? Science says it can help with focus. Have you tried getting medical advice from somewhere other than Facebook and BuzzFeed quizzes? Besides, there's no gluten in tequila. But I mean, when I'm not, self-medicating with tequila, I've also found, not that I want to admit because my mum's going to watch the recording of this, marijuana, also great for sleep. And for just helping quieting things down in my head. I swear I'm kidding, Mum, I've never done it. But every now and then you do learn a lesson when you're self-medicating. And I'll get to mine in just a second. So we all know it's Christmas coming up. And I like to buy my boyfriend, or make my boyfriend, nice specialised gifts. Because deep down below my harsh exterior, I'm super broke. So I can either make him this nice, personalised, crafty gift, or hope he's all good with another naked selfie. Either way, there's going to be glitter glue everywhere, and maybe some cherries sold from the side of the road. Apparently that's a theme. So the lesson that I've learned, though, with marijuana is never gift wrap while high. Because now I have a suitcase filled with presents, and I don't know what the fuck is what. So this year, when I'm spending Christmas with my mum, dad, grandma, brother's girlfriend, boyfriend, I just know that come Christmas morning, my mum's going to get my brother's science textbook, dad will get mum's recipe book, my boyfriend will get my grandma's puppy calendar, and grandma's going to get another fucking naked selfie. So, looking forward to that. No, but with the Christmas coming up, I'm also anticipating some of the gifts that I'm going to get. Because, again, with being ADHD and people prescribing their advice, people follow other crappy advice that has no scientific evidence. Which is why I have been gifted 5 fidget spinners. In less than 1 year. Convenient, because they're $3 at the entrance to the warehouse. And it's wonderful, because the name fidget spinner itself is a lie. Because the thing is, you've got this little bit of plastic you hold on to, and the other bit, yes, spinning it around, and that's not fidgeting, that's holding. And so, I get that people are trying to be nice, and they're thinking, well, they're marketed for people with ADHD. Bronte could do with this, she should shut the fuck up. So I, embrace it, but it's not the most helpful, and I try not to get too angry, so otherwise they'll come back to me with, you're looking a little bit cranky. Have you tried meditating? But so far you guys have given me the validation. I've never gotten at a karaoke bar, so I'm going to get out of here before I get another trespassing order. Thank you so much.